What's going on, everybody? It's Pastor Pierre. I just had a thought that I wanted to share with you, and really it's about seasons and seasons that we go through. And some seasons that we go through in life, they can be really bittersweet. And really when it comes down to it, with the bitter side, it's really about changing our perspective. And that's what even Jeremiah had to do. In Lamentations, it talks about what Jeremiah was feeling and what he was going through at the time. With everything that he was going through, he says this, he says, yet hope returns. And that's what we have to say, that regardless of these bitter circumstances and these bitter seasons in our life, I believe that something good is going to happen because I serve a good God. So it's that hopeful expectation that I'm expecting something to happen even in the midst of this difficult time. In Ecclesiastes, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. The Message Bible just puts it, and it says it so plainly, and it says endings are better than beginnings. And one of those bitter situations that we will face in life is when circumstances or when seasons or even relationships, when they end. Sometimes we get so comfortable with certain things in life that it becomes our norm. But God has not called us to be comfortable. God has called us to be holy. God has called us to be obedient. God has called us to get to know Him and His Word so that we can live out the full destinies that He has for us. We will have opportunities that we were so excited about in the beginning, but then they end. We have relationships that we're so excited about in the beginning, but in the end, who goes into a relationship or who goes into a job saying, oh, I'm going to quit this job, or who goes into a marriage or relationship saying, oh, well, this is going to end someday. No, but keep that in mind, that better is the ending of a thing than the beginning thereof. And even as far as relationships are concerned, be excited when certain people walk away from you, because the reality is that you would rather them quit and walk away than quit instead. Because who knows what can happen if they quit in their spirit, in their heart, but then there is nothing that comes out of it but betrayal and hurt. I believe it's Stephen Covey who says, there is no significant learning without significant relationships. And sometimes in life, we are in a classroom, and if there are people or things that are in the classroom with you and they're not trying to walk together with you so that you can learn together, it is just nothing but stagnation around. So when something ends, just say, you know what, I'm glad it ends. It hurts. It may cause for me to be a little uncomfortable, but it's okay. And you know what? That's what happened with Gideon. Gideon was up against the Midianites, and he had all these people respond, thousands upon thousands respond, saying, Gideon, we're going to fight with you. And God said to him, Gideon, you have too many men. And imagine when Gideon was thinking like, what? I'm against all these people in this army with the Midianites. They're over here that they're going to get ready to beat my butt. And God, you're telling me that I have too many men? And God says yes. And that's just how our God works, that God specializes in using small things for great victory. God took Gideon through some tests. He said, listen, the first test, so that we can bring down the size of your army to a smaller amount, is anybody who's afraid, tell them to go. The Bible says that right then and there, 22,000 walked away from him. And then after that, he was left with another large group. And God said, still, you have too many men. He got down to having only 300 men, but God gave him the victory. Because imagine, though, if the men that God said, listen, they don't belong in this fight with you, imagine if they would have stayed. His victory may have been in jeopardy. So as it was with Gideon, same thing it is for us. Be glad when opportunities end. Be glad when people walk away from you, because it will become deadly to your destiny if those things still stick around. You don't want to carry around dead weight. The Bible says, let us lay aside that weight, that dead weight that may easily entangle us. So in this time in your life, just be encouraged that although it's uncomfortable, although it may seem like, listen, I don't know what's going to happen in this season of my life. I don't know how things are going to play out. I don't even know how people are going to respond. Who cares? God told you that I'm taking you somewhere else. And if God's hand is still on your life, He was on your life in the last season, He's going to be, His hand is going to be on your life in the next season. This is all a part of God's orchestrated plan for your life. So be encouraged that the end is better. the end is better, and we can celebrate the ending of a thing because it's a sign to us that it's the new beginning of just the greater. Zechariah 4 verse 10 says, "Do not despise these days of small beginnings, for the Lord delights to see the work begin." So the Lord delights in seeing this new season of your life, and the newness and the freshness of this place that He's taking you to. We should change our perspective as well. That's what Jeremiah did. Yet hope returns. So although it may be a bit confusing right now, you may not know what the heck is going on, it is okay, because God's got this, and He's got your back. So be encouraged, and you're going to learn a lot in this season. I'm going to learn a lot in this season, and God's going to get the glory. Watch Him open up doors in this season, and it's really going to blow your mind. So get ready. God bless you.